week off. And, you know, a lot of times you think of it as being the halfway point of the season. No, folks, it's like 2/3 of the season is gone.
54 games, in fact. Tonight, game number 55, first one here in Salt Lake City. Thank you for being with us. Here's Jalen Williams. Got down low. Chet Holmgren. That is going to be a deep two.
I'm Hartenstein with the presence of mind to find that corner three ball from Chet Holmgren as the shot clock was expiring.
Clarkson usually coming off the bench throughout the course of his career. That's a hard drive. Hartenstein's able to take away the rebound. And SGA.
You know, you got to start giving Chet those kind of, you know, he disturbs the shot type of thing.
In the lane, one of the best defenders on this great Thunder defensive team. Collins outside has been shooting it really well from three over the course of the season. There's another miss by Utah. SGA ran into a wall of defenders, so kick it out. Dort the three, no. And Clarkson back the other way. Well, the Thunder certainly well represented over All-Star weekend with SGA. That looked like it might have been a double dribble. Jalen Williams and Mark Daigneault, of course, and that time Collins.
The high flyer, but he's really added that over the last 3 or 4 seasons to his offense. And how about this guy? His first All-Star appearance last weekend in San Francisco. J-Dub knocking down the trifecta.
So much deserved for Jalen Williams and all the great things that he has done. There's a missed three from Collier, and SGA the rebound. Hartenstein on the cut, and Hartenstein right through the defense. Excellent.
That's what you got to do, folks. When you're around a shot blocker, you got to bend the rim.
We've seen Hartenstein with so many brilliant passes over the course of the season. But that time it was J-Dub setting him up. It looked like Collins had the rebound, lost it, now diving for it. Holmgren hasn't had a whole lot of success over the course of the season. Clarkson has had a lot of success. He's been a professional scorer. Is able to fend off Hartenstein. A couple of big rebounders. Is marking it in there. Too strong. Now SGA, 2-on-2. Going right at Utah. Pulls up just short of the free throw line. No good. And the Jazz back the other way. As Hartenstein trying to keep Clarkson in front. Got it back out to the perimeter, and I believe that's going to be a travel on Collins. But you also got a ton of young players on this Utah team. Hartenstein up top, tried to go to Holmgren, and Holmgren was able to stick with it and taps it back in.
Yeah, he went up rare air where no one else can get the ball. Tip in. My goodness. I mean, he tipped in his own miss, but he was so high that no one could get up there to contest it.
Collins pulls up again in the mid-range. And so he is pacing Utah's offense. Well, Chet Holmgren was able to play 3 games prior to the All-Star break. And what Mark Daigneault said was 3 bonus games in just getting him back into the mix. Something that's going to take a little bit of time. Hartenstein, the flash there below the free throw line, no good. But certainly intriguing getting him back out on the floor with Hartenstein, as there's a drive getting all the way to the rim. Was Collier, left it short. And Clarkson bouncing off of J-Dub. Thunder switch on defense. J-Dub on Markkanen. Markkanen pulls up, no good. And Holmgren able to grab the rebound. SGA trying to get around Collins, does so, flicks it up, and then the soft.
Some of those numbers we just kicked out to you just really don't match up. Now, I'm speaking from a player point of view. It just doesn't match up to what young players do. Things that's happened that's brought the Thunder to this 44-10 record here in post-All-Star break.
Oh, SGA's diagonal pass intended for Caruso, and is over. And it is time to get back to work.
Well, and you know what? I thought he did explain that very well in the pregame presser, just talking about how, you know, with teams coming back from the All-Star.
Collins got around the screen, used it, pulled up, missed the shot. J-Dub battling. Walker Kessler, their offensive rebound. Clarkson has already made 1 3. That was way short. Markkanen on the rebound. It never hit the rim. And the Thunder come up with it on the block. Caruso 2-on-1, nice pass. It starts slipping behind the defense. Clarkson Offensive rebound. Dort, the deflection. He just got that hand in there. He was anticipating that baseline pass to George.
He threw that right out of the page of a football player. Thunder getting good looks to live with that shot by Chet Holmgren. He knocked down a three in the corner already in this quarter.
Was wide open. There's another travel.
And it's amazing to me that very few players, I think, really are starting to understand just how good he is.
High-level instincts from Lou Dort, who just has not gotten enough credit. He's been one of the best defensive players in the NBA this year. And Shea did it on the defensive end to making those kind of plays. Caruso left open, little ball fake, and Caruso cashes in the three.
Ball. And all of a sudden, the defense just went away from him. Being the savvy veteran that he is, he just called his own number.
Defense looked a little lost there, anticipating that corner pass. Caruso, his three-point shooting has improved here over the last month or two. Again, there's SGA, might have tied up Clarkson. Cross-court pass. Markkanen to beat the shot clock, no good. Tipped up, Holmgren battling for it. Markkanen just right there to clean it up. And Mark Daigneault's going to call the timeout. And glad to see it getting recognized. Caruso's pass got picked off. But J-Dub, so much production on so many different levels is Springer.
Consistent, you know, that's really unusual for a guy in his third season, man. He hit the ground running from year one. As the Thunder continue to knock down threes.
Boy, the Utah defense really giving the Thunder a lot of space out behind that three-point line. And Kenrich Williams, even coming off of the bench, Michael, he's always ready to shoot.
Yeah, you even mentioned, you know, just moments ago about how wide open Caruso was on a three-point shot.
So far, 4 threes here in the first quarter. Clarkson, he's stuck. George, hand in the face. What does he decide to do here? Shot clock as SGA swallowed him up. Gonna block that out of bounds.
On the same play. They're so wide open right there in that middle. Thunder are just finding those right players. You know, sometimes that first pass is so important.
But that's become an option now, Michael, for the Thunder. When teams go zone, you see it a lot, that flash in the middle of the floor from Kenrich Williams. We've seen it. That time it was SGA. Cason Wallace, good defense, and that is off.
The Thunder just having a full roster for the first time all season.
Wiggins trying to track down that rebound and does. Caruso again from the outside as Alex Caruso dials up.
Aaron Wiggins just chased that ball down and got there before two black shirts. And that play turned golden for the Thunder.
So many guys are just committed to extra effort plays. We'll talk about 44-10. That's going to be a foul and an and one.
Two brothers in the NBA playing against one another, close in age. And, you know, if you don't watch our pregame show, you won't know this. But how many sets of brothers are currently playing in the NBA? I know because Nick Gallo and Paris Lawson told me in the pregame show, if you had been watching it, you would know that number too.
I was surprised with Nick and Paris as there is a transition three in the corner. And it's Keontae George. First points of the game for him. But I don't know if you were surprised, Michael. It's a bigger number than you might think.
Well, I'm going to hold off for a minute about this. Good passing. Paris Lawson told me. I might want to have Paris share that with you because I learned a lot. I learned a lot in that pregame show. I'm just saying. I learned a lot. It's kind of like becoming my cheat sheet. You know, you're like when you're taking that test and you go in there, you got that little cheat sheet. All right, don't listen to me, folks. I don't want you getting in trouble for cheating. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. That's really cool.
Custom action, but what a great feat, great accomplishment, great moment. Didn't happen in the first two. There's a miss on the drive and transition. Springer, the offensive rebound, put back no good.
And then I'll tell you.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris Devon. This list has been in a long time, and Mark Daigneault addressed it before the game. Finally getting some guys back, having a full allotment of players. Michael, here over these final 28 games for OKC, getting everybody comfortable, getting everybody incorporated, and so they're as comfortable as they possibly can be going into the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you just mentioned, this is the healthiest they've been since training camp. So kudos. Get everybody back tonight. And for the final 28 games of the season. Thunder going to hold for the last shot here. Jazz got a foul to give. Well, I like the fact that they were moving the basketball. Did a great job of really forcing the Jazz to kind of make decisions that involve.
All rookie last year, completes that three-point play. And it's a 4-point game here to start the second quarter. Wiggins, who's been playing so well, gives it up. J-Dub powers it. Hartenstein missed the follow, and it pops out.
Jazz is doing a good job of getting to that free throw line. They got 6 attempts already. Thunder have yet to
perimeter. Collins now on the block, gave up his dribble, and Cason Wallace just was not going to let that pass get to George. Trying to get the break going. It's Joe, and Joe's able to finish it off in transition. Nice. J-Dub did a good job of keeping Collier out of the paint. There was a contested layup, but Collins showing that leaping ability and that hang time. It looked like Isaiah Joe was all over him.
Yeah, that's a good athletic move by him.
Joe's three, short, offensive rebound. The kick out, second effort. Jalen Williams not going to miss that one as he drains it from deep.
Yeah, good second chance opportunity for the Thunder. They've had a lot of success kicking it out to shooters on those second chances.
And a contest at the rim by Wiggins, particularly on the offensive side. The more you play, the more you win. Download the official Thunder app today to start playing. Second free throw by Collins, no good. Wiggins again with the basketball. He's been on a scorcher. J-Dub got it back outside. Sizing up George. Pulls up, mid-range shot, not going to get the bounce. Hartenstein's going to get called for the loose ball fouls. Collins tied up, not going to get the spin, but he is going to go to the free throw line.
Able to get to that free throw line so far.
And now a quick word from Jacob. Well, some sloppiness on the defensive end here, Michael, because 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the second quarter, Utah's in the bonus.
Yeah, that's...
Joe had a notion from behind the three-point line, wasn't able to get it off. J-Dub slips it back to Hartenstein. His decision, pulls up, shows that floater. Hartenstein with the touch.
Yeah, that's the cloud shot. I got that from a fan. The cloud shot. Another one told me about that. They call it the Arkenstein. The arc, you know, Hartenstein. I'm just saying. I'm just kicking, you know, it's the, you know, post All-Star. I'm just kicking it too.
That is clever.
Is it not me?
The Arkenstein.
The Arkenstein.
J-Dub lost the handle. 3-on-1. Collins got it back, but he missed the dunk. Collins got up there, did everything but finish. Thunder back the other way. Wallace, corner three, in and out, no good. Collins, one of the best leapers in the NBA. We're surprised he missed. That three way short, out of the hands of Filipowski. Back and forth we go. Joe pulls up behind the three-point line. That's no good. Wallace, another offensive rebound. That's his second. J-Dub. He'll step into it from downtown straight away.
Thunder them on the offensive glass, and they're getting the best productive shot out of it, the three-point shot.
Filipowski, and he's going to get the bounce. Mark Daignault not liking what
Daignault said. This is a really great chance for him to get a nice run up to this final stretch of the season.
And just the second foul committed by Utah. Level up your game with the upcoming Thunder crossover. Campers get a free jersey, basketball, simple modern water bottle, and a ticket to an upcoming home game. Sign your player up now at OKCThunder.com.
The Thunder's next opponent is going to Chet's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thunder will travel there tonight after the ball game. Got the Timberwolves on Sunday night before returning home.
Sunday and Monday, that's going to be a Minnesota back-to-back. There's a baseline shot, missed, no good. And the Thunder just cannot monitor over the course of the game. Cody Williams has got the basketball in his hands. Drafted number 10 overall out of Colorado. Shot clock a factor here. There's a punch away and a steal. Wiggins up ahead. Joe splitting through the defense. No. Hartenstein the miss. The third effort no good. And the Thunder cannot capitalize at the rim. Collier with speed. J-Dub can't get the block. And Collier able to score in transition. A very rare occurrence. Joe from the outside splashes home the triple.
I'll tell you, that three-point shot, it covers a whole lot of sin sometimes. And especially when your offense starts to slow down a little bit.
How about Cason Wallace fronting that post pass, not letting it get to Collins. He's been all over the place. The lob might have been a little bit
around traffic with the Thunder because they got so many guys with good hands.
That's a good point. Joe off the screen. That is almost automatic. A lot of shooting space in the corner. He's got another three.
Yeah, that's a nice screen, too, by Chet Holmgren on a set piece. On that BOB. In case you're wondering, that's good.
Marketing, he's been quiet. Kessler the rebound, gave it right back to him, but Chet Holmgren contesting, got a piece of it as Marketing was shut down.
That is literally denying a guy 2 points to the basket. And how about that? Once again, the fast break opportunity. We talked about that. Thunder getting up the floor, just beating the Jazz down and getting those easy buckets. It's another one they're going to tag on in the transition.
And Isaiah Joe already double digits off the bench. There's a kick out. Martin, newly acquired from Detroit. Well short on the three. J-Dub pulls yet again from downtown, and it took a peek. Pinball's out.
How about Phoenix losing to the San Antonio Spurs as the Spurs played their first game without Wembanyama?
Suns got some problems, and that was it last night. Really the first real night of NBA action. It was the Lakers and the Hornets, but that was a makeup game on Wednesday. 28 games, including tonight, left to go for OKC. It is going to go by fast. Holmgren, little reach there by Walker Kessler. That's going to be a foul.
That's a cup of espresso.
Smooth cup of Joe.
I learned that from Paris Lawson. I like that too. But Paris Lawson taught me a cup of espresso. It's like real quick. You know, the little small cup. It's not a big cup.
It's here in Salt Lake City.
Oh, you sure do, man. Yesterday, it was just...
You only get that call, too, a handful of times over the course of the year.
Rare.
I mean, just
so, because they all step in too soon.
It's kind of standard protocol, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
As Clarkson able to push one up and in. He's got 7 points. Second leading scorer so far for the Jazz. Thunder led by as many as 14 here in this first half. Joe thought about it. That was off the leg of Markkanen. Shea, he will pull from the outside, and OKC's got another three.
Well, sooner or later, the Jazz are going to come out of that zone defense. Right now, the Thunder are punishing him from the perimeter because they're packing in that 2-3 zone.
Markkanen, no again from the outside, and nothing but white jerseys there for the rebound. Jazz, meanwhile, are 3 for 15. Dort, he's trying to get into the mix, no good. Holmgren, an offensive rebound. Around the baseline, and he got blocked by Walker. Daigneault not going to challenge. Joe trying to get around the screen. Now Clarkson. There's SGA. Might have had his third block of the night. He got a piece of it. 2-on-1. SGA is going to keep it himself off balance. And a foul. We'd like to say hello to all American military personnel currently serving overseas for your service.
And right now, the Thunder are just playing smart basketball. They're being very patient with that zone defense. And when they can get out and run, they're doing that too, because obviously whenever you get out and run, they get a little bit of an edge at that free throw line. Thunder are starting to, you know, cut into that deficit a little bit. They got 6 attempts on 6 makes. Jazz still at 10 attempts.
Thunder on a run here, limiting Utah on this end. Markkanen again. That's a dangerous move. Win it, Holmgren. The original block, Kessler. He's blocked inside to get a...
Just as that shot clock was expiring, but once again, completely stressing the Jazz offense. Get your offense in gear, where you've seen that balance from the Thunder getting out in transition, knocking down some threes.
That's exactly how you want it to be if you're the Thunder. Cutting off alleys, cutting off lanes. And the Jazz are not shooting it well from down. Extend this run. SGA wiggling around, pulls up, and SGA, who's been one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA, he's got 2 more.
And that time he was able to surgically get in between the defense and get to that sweet spot. I tell you, he is a master in that painted area.
Collins, that was just a nice finish and a nice pass.
How about the big man, Walker Kessler, throwing a nice little lob over to another big.
And that's off the feet of Chet Holmgren.
Impressive.
Oh, Shea just picked the pocket of George. George not going to be able to catch up, and Shea flushes it down.
Okay, so he loses the ball on one end, and he turns around and gets the ball back and scores on the other end. You can see why, folks, I talk about how hard working he is on both ends of the floor.
There's another miss from downtown for Utah. Let's see what Chet Holmgren does here. One-on-one with Clarkson, keeps it himself, and then the finger roll gets it to go home.
Was that a finger roll? That was nice. We're talking about 7'1", going coast to coast like butter and toast.
He put that on the deck with some space between him and the rim, too. There's a contest. Hartenstein not giving up anything to Clarkson, who's really frustrated on the play. Dort, sideline 3. And that's going to be last touch by the Jazz with a buck.
You're not going to catch that guy.
Oh, and you see Hartenstein putting that Utah defense in a tough decision for Walker Kessler. He decided to go with Holmgren. It left Hartenstein wide open.
Well, went to the third option, actually. And Hartenstein knows what to do with that ball when he gets around the basket, folks. He's got that nice high arcing shot.
Hartenstein already with 6. Dort went for the steal. Collins able to keep it. Kessler blocked on the backside by Holmgren. There is a shot clock violation, and exactly what you're
good at. How about this? My goodness. That is just a nice play off of zone defense. Get a guy to the middle of the floor who can make that kind of pass.
I'm surprised Utah continues to deploy that zone. Michael, the Thunder having a lot of success with multiple guys making plays right at the free throw line.
Well, you know that's something that they're going to make an adjustment with at halftime. Is trying to figure out whether or not how they make that adjustment and how the Thunder are becoming zone busters.
Shea trying to go 2 for 1. Got down low, didn't get that to go. Up ahead, George. Passes down to Clarkson, and that's back-to-back threes for Utah. After having just 3 up to that point. Shot clock is off. Shea's got the ball in his hands. He's going to try to dribble this clock as flat as possible.
Look who he has on him. Marketed. Not really sure if that's the guy they want on him. But it doesn't matter, as the Thunder will take the easiest shot and steal with 4.7 seconds remaining on the game clock.
Clarkson off balance, and he clanks it off.
Force in the gaps that's made him successful so far in this game, guys.
All right, thank you, Paris. And that was clearly evident, Michael, in the first half, and the success that OKC was having on the offensive end, because they were getting guys in the right spots and getting the ball in the right spot.
Well, and you have to do you have to be vigilant. And I'll tell you one thing, those 10 threes are resonating on the scoreboard as well, too, because it's got to have the Jazz scratching their head about whether or not, they want to stay in it. How about that box out that time by Hartenstein? He boxed Walker Kessler pretty much out of the picture on that. What I used to do.
And that's the way it should be, Mike. I mean, Walker Kessler, you're right. He was completely below the baseline,
yeah.
Which means he's got no chance of getting the rebound. He does there on the Shea miss, but I think that's a nuance to rebounding that people might forget. They say, well, I'm just going to go and get the basketball. Well, you got to get your guy out of the play first. That's going to be a double dribble on Utah, another turnover. With for the rebound, doesn't want to have to deal with, you boxing him out.
Yeah, that kind of gets you, a little bit upset there.
Not going to be upset with a Hartenstein.
Underestimate the value of hustling for loose balls. It's a nice play that time by John Collins. He had to lay that high up off the glass to get that over Chet Holmgren.
John Collins averaging over 18 points per game. I mean, he's been a double-digit scorer his entire career going back to Atlanta. Shea off. And he's 0 for 2 here in the second half. Another substantial lead for the Thunder. That is going to be lost out of bounds.
Ambitious move by Collier against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Holmgren goes up high to flush it down with the right hand.
Thunder had a 13-4 advantage in second chance points in that first half. To add 2 more to that, kind of flipping the script right now on the Jazz, who are a very good rebounding team.
But Collins,
but like 1 out of 10 times, you're going to time that just right to get a tip dunk.
ask Aaron Wiggins.
Absolutely, that's right. He had an amazing one.
He's one of the best at timing those up. But like you said, it is really hard to do. Dort hoists, no. Karam's right outside to Clarkson. Collier wants to pass, does so. Automatic there to Collins. He's still got a lot of energy in those legs. He can get up high.
Yeah, he's a high riser. Sometimes you forget about that because he's really added the three-point shot to his game.
And Holmgren on the reverse. Beautiful display of passing from OKC to set him up.
He did a good job, too, of using his body around those shot blockers.
Collins again, and he's doing it. We've got 22 points in the game. Here's J-Dub. And he got, nope, not going to get away with the travel. Well, Jalen Williams, he's got so much personality, Mike.
Well, and I think, you know, for him, a lot of times, you don't want to lose your enthusiasm for the game. I just think that's so important. And even as you get older, and it becomes infectious. Man, how about this nice move by Shai to get around the defense? But, you know, and he's one of those guys, he's an energy bunny. You know, he gets the team going.
And Clarkson got around the screen. Jordan Clarkson, never afraid to shoot, always looking for his shot, does so there. And Clarkson with 13. Hartenstein flashes, trying to make a move on Markkanen, gives it up to Dort. Dort, mid-range shot, and Lou Dort was ready for it, and that's why he's able to score.
Well, and Hartenstein just showing once again why he's such a point center, if you will allow me to say that. He is very good at moving the basketball quickly.
Collier, that's not his shot. There's Hartenstein this time trying to find an outlet. You see so many more big men with skill from the outside. There is Jalen Williams showing another 3 from the outside. That's his 4th of the night.
Well, they've done a good job of kind of wrestling back the momentum from the Jazz, who called timeout, being down 15.
Oh, Markkanen has had nothing going in this game. He's been limited to 2 points. Holmgren yet again, that time battling with Walker Kessler.
Like this kid can in his second season at 7'1". Take a look at this. Giving the Thunder some free throws here. As the Jazz are trying to cut into that 20.
Throw, there'll be 6 straight points for OKC. I think Chet's still getting his feet under him. After missing that for him, but for his teammates, getting used to having him back out on the floor and everything they've been doing, particularly working with Hartenstein. Well, you can already feel his defensive presence with those 3 blocks.
And once again, the Thunder got them into a deep shot clock. And that's a bank shot by Markkanen. You can live with that. And he's had a tough shooting night so far. Where that's just his second made shot. He's 2 of 11.
And he's been completely shut down. There was nothing pure about that bank shot. Markkanen just trying to see something go down. So Thunder just have completely neutralized him as Clarkson sees a double team. Passes over the top. Markkanen again from the outside. No, not going to happen there. What does SGA do? Pulls up 1-on-2. And Kessler's going to get credit for that rebound.
You see the Jazz are just trying to hang around to try to keep this game from getting out of hand. No lead is ever safe in the NBA. That's a walk by Clarkson. My goodness. Call the walk first. My goodness. Guy can't.
Caruso Takes it himself, drives hard, and Alex Caruso takes a stumble, but still able to score on the layup.
And that's +2 for him. Stealing the ball on one end and then making the play. A tough finish before the shot blockers could get there on the other end.
Alex Caruso said this time of year, usually the teams that play the hardest are rewarded. As that three goes down for Springer. But every time Caruso is in, seems to be making winning plays. Holmgren knew it was going to be short. Punched it back out to the perimeter, and Shea, and I believe they're going to call this on the floor.
That ball is dead. Get down the floor, see what happens.
From shirts to jerseys to hats, you'll find everything you need to show your Thunder pride at the official Thunder shop.
Doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Now he got a steal and he got 2 points, but it's how he did it. He denied 2 points.
Accumulate here for Utah.
That's been a big plus for him on the scoreboard here.
They were really quiet in the first as Wiggins, he's been quiet himself. There's his first points of the night. It comes here in the third quarter.
He's such a cool hand, Luke. Just took his time. He was wide open on that little 10-footer and knocked it down.
And George with back. The Thunder have the basketball. Saw it early from Kenrich Williams, who's now on the floor. Shea sees a double coming over and too much contact and a foul.
Never moved by the Utah Jazz. You know, I applaud them for it because what do the Thunder like to do best? Drive the basketball. And how do you stop the drive? You got to pack the, you got to pack the dimension, getting to those spots. They like to drive the basketball. There's not a team.
Once again stepping into the passing lane, and SGA decides to pass back out to the perimeter. You see that high IQ. Alex Caruso, his teammates speak so high.
I don't know if that's a sixth sense or whatever, but I tell you one thing, it is huge in basketball.
Kick out to Wiggins, off the catch, that is good. Aaron Wiggins.
Just out of the corner of his eye, he saw Aaron Wiggins. And he obliged him with a trifecta to get that lead back up to 20.
Shea shuts off the drive. And Filipowski from the outside, coming off a career high in his rookie campaign. Second-round pick out of Duke. One of the 3 draft picks from Utah in last summer's draft. Caruso, this time he'll take it himself, and the scoop no good. George with speed, battling, and had the step there on SGA. Little too much speed. As we come up on the 2-minute mark, Kenrich Williams from way behind the 3-point line, and Kenrich has his second 3 of the night.
Well, the Thunder saying, all right, look, you're going to give us the shot. We got to take it. You know, if you don't take a wide open shot, it becomes a bad shot, folks, at any level. And, you know, court line trying to dribble the basketball, that could be a problem.
Now, Mark Daigneault has gone 10 deep tonight, all of whom have contributed, as there's a mid-range shot by Collier, usually trying to distribute. He's the best assist man of this rookie class at over 5. Wiggins drives, floats, no. And the rebound to Cody Williams. Makes his move on to Wiggins. Lost it and out of bounds. That's a turnover.
Basketball, could not get it up to the basket.
Kenrich. Caruso again. Sees so much maneuverability, so much space. It leads to a wide open shooter, and why not Cason Wallace as he's got his first 3.
Well, right now the Thunder are putting on a clinic on how to attack the zone. You know, you got to be, you know, strategic and intentional in dribbling with the basketball and then finding those shooters.
There's just so much space out on the floor. And there's going to be a late whistle and a foul. They're going to say it's on the bump. And then you go into the continuation, but no continuation. Collier able to slip behind SGA for the layup. Kenrich sets the screen. Shea wanted the 2 for 1. And there's a little over 3 seconds between shot and game, so there might be some time on the back end here. Let's see what Utah does, how quickly they operate. As Caruso trying to apply a little pressure. Filipowski, left hand. And there's a whistle and a foul. That was by far their most successful quarter, but they did it without Lauri Markkanen. And this 4th quarter starts, and the Thunder have
fourth quarter break.
Nice pass again. Jalen Williams right there to Hartenstein as the ball pops up to Collier. Thunder again did everything there, just not getting that shot to fall. Collins comes back out on the floor. There's a Utah turnover. J-Dub able to snatch it away. Look at Hartenstein running the floor, setting it up, putting it off the bounce to Wallace.
And just looking like a point forward that we talk about he is, folks. This time putting the ball on the floor in the backcourt. Had that Doppler radar going and caught a darting Cason Wallace to the bucket.
It just puts so much pressure on the defense when anybody who can rebound the basketball can start dribbling in transition. And that'll be a foul on Wiggins. Little hold, little throws. Well, Keontae George lost his spot in the starting lineup. Offense was not a problem.
They're more or less trying to force you to be better. They're just kind of like, look, especially for a point guard, I think that's the hardest position to transition into from college.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. Moving screen out on the perimeter by Philip. Things tonight that the Thunder have done over the course of the season, and they've done really well, as Wiggins from way behind the three-point line, no good. Isaiah Joe, offensive rebound. Wallace wants to drive. Sets it up. Jalen Williams over the top with the jam.
I'll tell you, he had a dunk like that, folks, in the All-Star game last weekend. I jumped off my chair. I fell off my chair, actually. You know, I'm getting a little old. That's what I'm just saying. As Joe sticks out another three. He had an identical dunk like that.
You could see that one coming, though.
Yeah.
That one got you excited, I could tell.
It sure did. It sure did. Absolutely.
Hartenstein off on the push shot. Filipowski. And the threes in the second half for Utah. A bit of a factor. The Jazz pulling a little bit closer thanks to that three-point shot.
Yeah, they're getting some good open look and sell the Thunder, too, as they just continue to rain down threes as well. Thunder right now 15 of 32.
Excellent shooting from the outside. Wiggins the contest there on Williams. Collins the spin. He was falling out of bounds. And Thunder been able to squash the Utah runs, and Collier from the corner. He cans a three. Collier 23% from the season. J-Dub thought about it. Wiggins had the three on the last possession. Then he had the basketball. Now he's going to get fouled and go to the... Utah's got 9 threes here already in the second half. First free throw good by Wiggins. Don't miss your chance. Or at OKCThunder.com/buy tickets. And what is going to be maybe one of the tonight, 8:30. They got to fly 2 hours down to OKC for a 7 o'clock tip the very next night.
Yeah.
And Collins.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. Even going all the way back to his days in Atlanta.
Joe off the catch once again, bottoms the three. And Isaiah Joe off the bench has got 13.
Yeah, that's what the Thunder have done. Answering those runs with some runs of their own. And it's come in a number of different ways. It's come from, good movement with the basketball, attacking that zone defense, and then from the three-point line.
There's a block right at the rim. Joe and Wiggins just swallowed up Williams. J-Dub on the other end, fighting through traffic. Wiggins, the kick out. The Thunder not settling for anything on this possession. Off the catch, J-Dub missed everything. And Wiggins can't points.
Well, they've done a good job of just, not allowing the Jazz to stay on that run.
Markkanen, high catch, high release. His tough night continues. Just 5 points, 2 out of 13.
Oh, he passed the ball into the face of J-Dub, I believe. And it bounced, it ricocheted. I'm just saying. And I like what Isaiah went over to him and said, look, man, I thought you were going to do this and you didn't. And
why aren't you paying attention? Come on.
Oh, man, what a play. And the Thunder got 2 free throws out of it.
Better push it back up to 18. Marketing, nice find. Collins and Chet Holmgren trying to swat it away, but Collins sneaky. Look out, that was intended for Collins, and J-Dub sniffed it out to bust it up. Back on the other end. Wallace off the catch. We got some end-to-end action going here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, both teams might need a timeout right now. Thunder got SGA on the sideline. Oh, that's going to be a take foul. That's got to be a take foul. Boy, that time Caruso has been solid in that category tonight with his steals.
He's been a part of it, currently on the bench. Shea, mid-range shot, pulls up, and SGA just so good. No panic whatsoever.
Come on, man, that's almost not fair, because that's excellent defense by a big guy. And Marks with the basketball, especially when he's under pressure.
Your career. Well, the Thunder depth has been on display tonight. Whistle, it's going to be an offensive foul going the other way. The Thunder depth. And the Thunder keep the ball moving. Out on the perimeter with Holmgren posted up. Bouncing off. And that fadeaway shot no good. Kessler another rebound. He's got 17 in the game. But the Thunder have been able to maintain a lot of distance on that scoreboard. Even with Utah scoring a ton of points, that might be another block by Holmgren. Got a piece on the George drive. Shea gives it up. Holmgren on the other end. Not going to get the shot to go down. Save your seat for the next season of Thunder basketball. The pot. You said, Michael, it's going to be a little bit of a homecoming for Chet Holmgren's Sunday night, going back to Minneapolis. Used to play at the local gyms there, right near Target Center. Home play with his buddies.
And it's always nice going home.
No, Holmgren, yes.
So you have to bring it down like that and then go back up and score. Chet doesn't. He just dumps it in off the same play. You know, the same movement. I'm just saying, you know.
Catch and release all in one motion.
Yeah, he makes it look easy. In all fairness, when I was a pro athlete, folks, I did it for 15 years. Rarely did I ever get that play. But the tip dunk. We've seen 3 of them tonight.
You're timing it up improperly. George. No good on the 3. Final couple of minutes here. Look at the battling inside. Kessler, kind of a no-look turnaround flick there over Holmgren, as Kessler and Holmgren have been battling down low throughout this game.
Yeah, he along with Marketing, it's just nice pieces to build this team around. And they got some young, talented players. Cody Williams and Keontae George. You know, a lot of pieces.
Clarkson knew he was going to miss it. And Joe, the rebound, I believe it's going to be